Hi folks, Don here with Engine Joe, my 1959 F100. Today I'm going to be doing some fender removal. Seems I've got to get the fenders out of the way to get to the rusty spots in the front cab corner. Here, some of that rust, some of those rust holes are on the front side and I've got to do some welding. The only way to get to it is to get these fenders out of the way. I have to do it both on the right and left sides. Looking at the shop manual, is there really over 20, maybe 25 bolts I've got to pull off of there? It might be fun. Never done it before, let's give it a try. Obvious bolts are here. Top of the fender. And then this one here. At the bottom of the fender. And then up in here, you can see those bolts, but then here, cowling, front skirt, that's where they are. Okay, looks like there'll be some disassembly. Oh, and there's two bolts here inside the door, these access panels. There's one. And then here's the other. Got this access panel here. Looks like I can get to it from two ways. And there. I can't quite get a shot of it. There it is. I'll have to get those out too. Inside the cab, it looks like the best access for that top nut is from the access panel here, with an extension and a U-joint on the end. 1/2 inch SAE. See if we can get that out. Yeah, it looks like it's finger tight now. Yeah, no problem getting that out at all. Now the lower bolt, I found that, well, I thought that I was going to have to use an open-end wrench because it's such a tight opening here from top to bottom. But I found if I put a U-joint on the tip there, that with a little extension, and then I rotated it back to get a click, and then up, I could get a full 1/8 of a turn or so out of it. So at least I can stay on the nut and then just keep rotating it until it comes off finger tight. I'll do that. Okay, those are out. But as I looked under the fender, I tried to count them up. Looks like I've got to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then down in here 11 and 12, maybe 14 of them is I think what I counted up. But I noticed that they're all covered in undercoating. Previous owner had undercoated them. And it looks like I'm going to have to take a wire wheel or a wire brush to them just to be able to get to some clean bolts and nuts and then be able to take them off. Dust mask and a wire wheel brush, and we'll go ahead and start removing some of that gunk off of the nuts and bolts. It's looking better already. Next, the grill has to come out because there are bolts here. And, well, on this corner here, holding the fender in. Behind the grill, I've removed the eyebrows. Both of those are out. And I'll get these little screws out and see what comes next. Okay, 6 screws and the headlights pop out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one of those is the ground screw here, so make sure that that stays attached. And it just came right on out of there. Bolts are removed. Let's get this fender off. Woo! Okay, so if you're doing this on your own, here's the bolt pattern. You can see here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up here, these don't need to be removed unless you're doing the inner fender as well. 1, 2, 3. This one was hard to get to. And of course, these here. 1, 2, 3. Right here, 4. That bracket needed to come off. It came off. Okay, up on the cab, 1, 2, and then mine just broke off here. There's that little bolt right there. Came right off of the old fender. Looks like I'm going to have to do something with welding that back on. But of course, this is the reason I wanted the fender off, was to get to this mess. I need to go ahead and weld in a new plate here, and then here, and you can see where I've already started on the other side. Okay, now back to the bolts. Let's see. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there on the cowling, and then 1, 2 here. Well, I think I already counted those. And of course those that were attaching the fender to the grill. And those are off. Yes. All right. The fender inside out. Let's see. Starting at the back. This is where my bolt came off, the one that actually attaches to the fender. You can see an old repair here. Looks like you just placed a plate on the inside edge. I'm going to have to clean that up. That's for another video. Okay, old Fender weather strip, sound deadener. Okay, and here's the bolts on the front of the fender. Along here. Again, hardest ones to get to up in there and up in here. And from the outside edge. Same bolts. There are holes. And it's removed. And one note, really didn't have to remove the entire grill just to get the fender off. Really just had to get the headlight assembly out of the way to be able to get to these bolt holes, bolt and nut assemblies inside, behind where the headlamp goes. So that made it easier, not having to remove all of this and all of that and so on. So that's it. Thanks for watching.